Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. I am back to tell you about how the universe works and see if I can explain it a little better than I explained it on the radio when I was on the radio with Dan Lopez. So, how the universe works. I finished, if you didn't see the video before this one, you need to really go see that one first, and I think probably the video before that, the video before that, and see what's going on before I just hop into this, because I'm not going to do a lot of preliminary going back and refreshing you. I'm just going to keep on moving forward. So, how the universe works. I was taken by Ra. This was a day, and I've told you guys this on the radio. This was a day that I didn't want to be on this planet anymore. It was just, I won't get into it, but I'll just say life happened. And life happened like boom, 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 boom. And I was overwhelmed. I was tired of this earth crap. And after I died and got out of my body, and I know what that's like, and having to deal with everyday stuff on this planet is just crap. And it's hard to tolerate. Really hard to tolerate. Stuff that just the average human being that never died would be like, this is a crappy day, but maybe tomorrow will be better. Somebody who's died was like, get me off of this planet. Why am I here? I don't belong here. This is terrible. You know, we have a completely different perspective on a bad day when you have been off planet, out of your body. You know the bliss and the wonderfulness of having no suffering, no pain, knowing everything, and not having any limitations, to coming back into this restrictive video game where you can only do a certain set of things, and you can't jump, and what humans call time, you can't jump around. What all time is just a sequence of events happening at a starting point and continuing on, and then stopping right there. You can't, make it a loop or a circle and access everything at one time. What would be the fun of being here? I'd skip every birthday and be young. But you can't do that. So there are restrictions on this planet in this experience, just like you go into a video game. You have restrictions on what your character in this video game can do. Same with this planet, same with these bodies. It's no different. It's just a very highly sophisticated holographic video game with pain. I don't know who invented that in this Earth experience, but I have something to say to them when I get off planet again, because I'm not really happy about that. Okay, in all this, I told Ra, this is crap. This is absolute crap. I don't want to be here anymore. I want off this planet. Not only do I want off this planet, I want out of this universe. I'm done with this universe. I've had my fill of it. I've done everything I have wanted to do in this experience in this universe, and I want out. I'm done. Take me home. So, Ra, this is the worst drawing ever. I'm not an artist. My daughter is. So, let's see. Oops, I might need to cover some of this up. Alright. Now, let's see what part I can show you, and then refer back to this. Okay, this looks like a third grader drew it. I'm going to go back and forwards a little ways, just so you can get a good image of what I'm trying to show you. Okay. Now, this is definitely not a map that I could give to someone else and they would know what they were doing. Not at all. This is a map that Ra gave me of how I'm going to basically get out of this universe. Because at the moment I was talking to Ra, I wanted out now, and I wanted to just be shot out of this universe and let me go home. That's what I wanted. So this was basically Ra. All of a sudden I saw this entire universe from, I was with Ra, so I guess from Ra's perspective, I saw this entire universe, and I saw how it was laid out. And when you look around in this universe, and you're inside of it where we are, because we began basically right out after you get off this planet and start looking around. This universe is really dadgum big. It looks like there are no edges to it. There's no end to it. It appears to go on into infinity. The universe that we're in is the appearance. And that's why at the... I wish I could cover this up with something so I wouldn't have to constantly do this with my hand. So, sorry about that. I don't want you to know the next topic on the list. So, let me see if I can do this. Ra told me, Kelly, not gonna happen. We're not gonna just spit you out of this universe. Here I am on the Earth. I basically saw the universe from the inside looked absolutely huge. And all the solar systems that I didn't draw in there. That's what I put. Other galaxies and solar systems everywhere. So inside of this, and this is not what I saw. This outline is not what I saw when I saw the map. It was just open, and I saw everything. And then I actually saw myself going to the center of the Earth. The center, I didn't draw that to the center because I put an S in there, and I didn't want to draw over the S. But I went from the center of the sun, out of the sun, and then I went to this solar system, that one. Ra, what he was doing was taking a pen, like a pen where the tip would draw light, I guess. And I was actually looking at the universe, but with this godlike pen, I saw the drawing like this. And I saw it actually being drawn. This is my favorite part right there, when I get out of of this freaking universe. So, in perspective, I just want to show you this and show you the shape just to tell you something in a minute. And go over here real quick because I'm going to talk about that in a minute. As I was at this point closer to the Earth and looking out, everything was huge and big. I could see the entire universe, and it was enormous. And there was kind of the assumption that it goes on forever, even though I couldn't see for forever. So I didn't see edges or boundaries or anything like that. The closer we got towards the mouth of the mouth, I don't know what you call it, source. I mean, that's where source is. The closer we got towards the mouth of the universe, or the opening of the universe, the smaller the universe got. This was a very strange thing, because I went from it being like really big to starting to get smaller and smaller. And it's not just that I could turn around and like look at the universe behind me, and it's like, oh, there's the rest of the universe that's like really big, and the universe is now starting to bottleneck. That's not how it appeared. It just, everything, like the universe got smaller. I know this is not going to, I apologize in advance. This is not going to make any sense to you at all. And I don't know how to make this make sense. So the closer we got towards the entryway, of where you get out of this universe, the closer we got, the smaller the universe got. It got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, till all I could see was just everything compacted and a big hole. Like a big hole. And I went out of the hole, and then I was over on the side looking at our universe from outside of the universe. And I don't know if you could see it in this picture. Let's see if you can see it. I drew all these little dots all over the place. They're tiny, 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 but maybe you can see them. I'm so sorry about the light. All of these dots are other universes. And one of those is me out there. So I was still my broken off part. I was not inside my universe, my own self, I guess. I was not inside my own self at the time. I was still my little broken off part from the universe, looking from the outside at this universe. and what it looks like. And I'm going to describe the universe several different ways because I cannot draw it. I wish I could. My daughter and son are an artist, and I would love to draw this for you guys. The universe looked like, on one hand, almost like a balloon, where it's smaller at the end, like the part that you blow up, and then it gets larger and almost like more rounded at the other side. That's not exactly the shape, but I'm trying to give you a general understanding of the general shape of the universe. So it's smaller and then gets larger and more bulbous at the other end. And there's a hole. At the smallest part, there's a hole. Well, and it's not even really a hole. I don't know a human English word to tell you what it is because there's no concept on this planet or in science that I have found yet to explain what that hole is. But it's a hole, but it's not a hole. That's about all I can say about that right now. The universe, I guess, it was twisted. It was twisted like, okay, a tornado is usually not twisted like that. I'm trying to think of something that's twisted like that. A tornado just makes the shape of a funnel. And this was similar to the shape of a funnel, but there was a twisting to it. Almost like you took it and just twisted it a little bit. So it was in the shape of a vortex, is the best that I can describe it, is a vortex. What our universe looks like. And it's see-through. You can see inside of it, and you can see its shape. And from outside of the universe, it does not look distorted. Once you go back into the universe, it looks small again. Everything is tiny and very small and close. And the farther you go into the universe, the larger and more expansive it becomes until you feel like you're just in the middle of eternity. And it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. So I'm probably that's kind of why I drew this, because this was, and yes, you can see that Kelly can't draw. This is the best I could show what the vortex looked like. So it's very similar to that. And outside of that, now the other universes up there, I did not get close enough to them to know if they're shaped exactly the same way as the universe we're in right now. If it's a vortex also. I was not close enough. I was very close to our universe and saw our universe clearly. And I saw the tiny specks of lights all over the place that appeared similar to stars, yet a whole lot different than stars all together. Anyway, that is how, well, I guess I didn't tell you as much how the universe works as show you what it looked like. But this is a map that I don't know if I can ever get on paper. It would take someone that's very artistic to work with me to try and get this drawn on paper the right way. But Ra gave me a map so that when I'm outside of this body, this map is going to make absolute sense to me and I will know where to go. That was the purpose for this map, not to show you guys where to go. This was my path that Ra showed me that I was going to have to take out of this universe. He showed me basically, Kelly, stop yelling and complaining at me. I was very mad. He's like, you're getting out of this universe, Kelly. It's kind of like, okay, Kelly, I'm going to tell you this because you're mad and because you need to know, you don't need to get your hopes up and get frustrated. But your path out of this universe is not going to be a straight one. You're going to have to make a few stops along the way because I don't think my spirit would survive the process if I just shot out of this universe. Or soul, whatever you want to call this thing inside of me. But that was very interesting that you had to go through the planet you're on first, through a tunnel, through the sun, tunnel, sun, tunnel, sun, tunnel, sun. Now, in the process, each of these solar systems gave me a knowledge that I was going to hang out there for a while. But here's the different thing that's so cool about this. I am as low as I'm going to get. I'm not going to get any lower than this planet. This is it. That's what Ra showed me. Ra didn't show me that I was going to go down one more level and then, you know, work my way back up. This was it. This was the lowest level that I'm going to be experiencing in this universe, and then I am freaking out of here, going in the other direction. But I tell you, anything, after getting out of my body and just going to the next level, which a lot of people call heaven, oh heck, don't stop there. That's nothing compared to what's beyond that. But I'm going to feel like, compared to where I am, I'm in heaven. That's what it's going to feel like. While I am experiencing these other solar systems, realities, dimensions. We're going to go into other dimensions too. I'm going to be in a much higher dimension than what I'm in now. So in this dimension, I'm not going to be dealing with this pain and suffering and all this other crap that I've had to deal with in this one. And I'm very pleased about that. So even though I have to take a zigzag out of this universe, it's not going to be as painful as this planet, and I'm thankful for that. So that's my map, and that's pretty much, I don't know, I'll talk later about how the universe works. I've told you a little bit. A lot of you guys, I've heard the children, a lot of children are getting maps, that they're being given maps and directions. So if you guys are experiencing this, and you've received maps, write them down. Even if it's not a map meant for us, just show us what yours look like. Let's all learn from each other. All of this. I think this is really cool. Ra gave me a map. Wow. Awesome. So I'll see you guys. Wait, what should I talk about on the next one? Oh dear. I'm not sure. I'm almost out of tape right now. Well, we might stop for now. Oh, I already told you about that. Okay. Anyway, all right. I guess I will see you guys on the next video.